Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you a short tutorial on keywords, what they are, and how to find the ones that are most relevant and profitable for your business. Now we're going to do this by using Google's free keyword planning tool. Please keep in mind that this is a very basic tutorial, so we're not going to be finding keywords for Google AdWords campaigns, and we won't be using many of the advanced features provided by the tool. Now I do encourage you to play around with it and learn the different features, because the more you know about keyword research, the more targeted your marketing is going to be. And when it comes to optimizing our business for search, we always want to be as targeted as possible. So, what are keywords? Keywords are the terms and phrases that consumers use in search to find what they're looking for. So if I'm a consumer in, say, downtown San Diego, my hometown, and I need to get my hair cut, I might go to Google and enter terms like barbershops San Diego, or any other term like barbershops 92101, salons near me, San Diego haircutters, whatever. Okay, but your keyword terms are what consumers use in search to find a business like yours. Okay, and then it's going to render search results just like I'm showing you here. Now, this I happen to be in Bali at the moment, so I know for me. That's why my Google says Google Indonesia at the time. But this is the same regardless where in the world you are. All right, so if I'm a business owner and I own a salon in downtown San Diego, I want to know what search terms consumers are using to find businesses like mine, because I want my business to show in search results for those terms. Now, I should say at this point, how we incorporate keywords in our marketing so our pages do show up for these terms is a whole other tutorial. Okay, and if you're interested in that, you can go to my annual top 10 search ranking factors report for free and download it. I'll put a link in the comment section below this video. All right, so to get started with your keyword research, we need to go to Google's Keyword Planner. Now the planner is located in Google AdWords. Okay, so now you're going to have to set up a Google AdWords account, but don't worry, you don't have to spend any money on AdWords to use the tool, and in fact you can just skip the billing section entirely. Now, in order to keep this video short, I'm not going to go through the steps of setting up an account, but it's very easy. Just follow the steps that Google provides and you'll get an account nice and easily. Now, once you get an account, you're going to have a dashboard that's going to look something like this. Now, this one is an account that I use for research and testing, so that's why there's no data in there, and I can ignore this warning sign up here that I need to do something. But yours is going to look something like this. And incidentally, it's good to have an AdWords account regardless if you're going to start an AdWords campaign or not, because you get easier access to Google support if you do. Go to the gear icon up in the top right corner, and you'll see that the telephone number for live support is right down here. You can call them directly, and they're going to want your ID number, which is located up here. Okay, that's your customer ID number. Now, once you get an AdWords account, you're going to get a dashboard that's going to look something like this. Now, this is an account that I use just for testing and research, so we could ignore the fact that there's no real data in here, that I've got a warning sign up here. But incidentally, once you get an AdWords account, it's good to have one anyway, because you get much better access to Google support if you do have an AdWords account. And to get their support, just come up here to the icon in the top right corner of the page, and you can see their phone number right here. You can call somebody and talk to somebody live. They're going to need your customer ID number, which is also located in the top right corner. I've got mine blurred out, so you can't see my ID number, but there's benefits to having an AdWords account. And again, you don't have to spend any money, so you don't have to even give them any billing information. Now, to access the keyword planner, you're going to come up here to the navigation bar under Tools, click on Tools, and then the keyword planner is right here. Okay, so we're going to click on that, and we'll be taken directly to the keyword planner. And this is what the home page of the planner looks like. And you can see you have several options here. We want search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or a category. So we're going to click on that, and then you'll see a few fields pop up. Now we're going to use the first field to give the tool a starting point. So think about some obvious words that consumers use to find your business. So for example, if you're a plumber, you're going to type in plumber or use plumbing contractors or maybe both. If you own a Mexican restaurant, you can try Mexican restaurant, Mexican food San Diego, taco shops. All right, I just give it 2 or 3 ideas and let the tool do the rest. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and type in plumbers and plumbing contractors. All right, so what we're doing is we're giving the tool some obvious keywords just to give it some direction. And Google is going to search its database and find many more keywords that consumers have used similar to these. But we want to refine our search a little bit more first. So, for example, you can also input your website here and a business category to help the keyword tool even more. But I'm going to skip these 2 for now, but you're free to try them out on your own. Now next, you can see that under targeting, I have Bali located, but I'm going to remove this. And since I'm a plumber in San Diego is the city that I want to search. So I'll type that in there. It'll give me a drop-down list, San Diego, California, United States. City, I want the county, because I say I service the entire county of San Diego. So I'm going to choose that, save it. All languages, I'm going to just choose English. I just want English. Okay, you can choose all languages if you want, or other languages. Whatever languages, maybe you speak Spanish, you have a bilingual website, you can go ahead and choose Spanish if you want, or Chinese, or any other language. Negative keywords, you could add negative keywords, and there's some other filters here, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But for right now, I think the 3 most important fields you want to enter are definitely your product or service, your location, and your language. And then come down here to get ideas. Okay, so here are your results. Now we have more options here on the left sidebar. We've got a graph showing searches per month on the top. These are all the keywords that are included in this list. Okay, and we've got several different columns here. We've got keywords, we've got average monthly searches, competition, suggested bid, and so on. I'll get into that in a moment. What I want you to pay attention to here, though, is that there are 2 tabs. In the first tab, Google is trying to categorize your keywords into groups. All right, and you can explore this one on your own. But for now, go to the second tab for keyword ideas. Okay, we can see the 2 that I selected right here. Plumbers gets roughly 1,900 searches per month. Plumbing contractors gets 20. That's a little more targeted. So it only gets 20 searches per month. Again, this is within San Diego, English searches only. All right. So what's happening here? Google is just giving us a list of consumer searches related to the ideas that we gave it initially. That's these 2, plumbers and plumbing contractors. So Google has taken this information, and if you entered in your website and your category, it'll use all that to give you more keyword ideas that might help you out in your marketing. Now, we type in the word or words we know to be fairly common for our business, and Google is giving us a whole lot of other suggestions to help us promote our business even better. Now, first thing I do is I come over here and I click on average monthly searches so I can have this sorted according to the number of searches for each one. Okay, and we can see we've got things like tankless water heater gets the most searches. Garbage disposal, water heater, plumber. Okay, so these are very general searches, and you got to keep in mind, if we scroll down here to the bottom, Google rendered 680 keywords for us. So what you want to do is you want to go through these, and you want to start adding these to a list. So let's say that tankless water heater is something that I don't do, so I'm going to stay away from that. And garbage disposal is something that I don't do. Water heaters I really don't do. And I should mention at this point that there are a couple of things that you should keep in mind as you're doing this. The number of searches you see in this column is an estimate. Okay, look at, they're all rounded off. All right, there's just way too many searches. There's way too much information, way too much data for Google to go through to give you exact numbers all the time. So Google is always going to round this off. And you can see that a lot of them are the same or very similar. So don't use this tool to determine how many visitors you're going to get each month, okay, for each one of these keywords. That's not how we use this tool. We use it to determine which keywords are stronger than others. So if I do work on tankless water heaters, or if I sell tankless water heaters, then that's pretty good. That's a pretty good keyword for me. 1,600 searches per month. Okay, but the other thing you need to keep in mind is you don't want to just pick all the keywords that have the most searches. Now, I said earlier that you want keywords that have both a high traffic volume, but that are also relevant to your business. In other words, find the keywords with a whole lot of searches, but that are also profitable search terms for you. So let's use our plumber example. We can see that these are the highest searches you get, but maybe these aren't, I really don't do this. So maybe what I really do is I'm into electric water heater selling and maintenance and servicing. Now that only gets 260 keywords, but it's a much more targeted keyword for me. Okay, I know that a couple of people who come to my website via this search are going to result in a much better chance for me to make a sale. And that's what we want to do. That's our end goal, is return on investment, our sales, okay? Not traffic, not even conversions really. What we want are sales. And so we have to always keep that in mind when we're using this keyword tool. We want search terms that are very profitable for our business. All right, so let's go ahead and start picking the keywords that are relevant to us. And I'm just going to go through a few here, and we're going to come over here and click on this blue button to the right. So tankless water heater, I'll skip garbage disposal, water heater, I'll add plumber, plumbing supply, we don't sell plumbing supplies, water pipes, sump pumps, sewers, hot water heater, electric hot water heater repair, sounds like a good one. Leak detection. Okay, these are all good search terms for us. Electric tankless water heater, sure, why not? Master plumber, water heater leaking, a lot of searches for water heaters. Standard plumbing, clogged toilet, drain cleaning, clogged, maybe not. Plumbing snake, that's those probably people looking to buy a plumbing snake or finding out what it is. Water heater detector. Okay, let's leave it at that. Now, normally what I would do is I would choose hundreds of keywords. All right, this is a long process. You want to go through these, and then once I'm done choosing these keywords, I might come up here and try a different search, see what other terms might render. So I got plumbers, plumbing contractors. How about plumbing companies? San Diego plumbers. Okay, let's hit enter and we'll search for that. Okay, and this rendered a few more ideas. Plumbers San Diego. Wow, that looks like a good one. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to keep adding more El Cajon if that's an area that I service. Sure, why not make a landing page for El Cajon? Plumbers San Diego. 210. These are all good. All right, and then I'll come up here and I'll keep doing this, and I'll do this over and over, and I'll just exhaust every possible search phrase, and I'll just come up. Eventually, I'll have a list that's quite long, And as you're doing this, is probably also a good time to start exploring some of the more advanced features in the keyword planner, like the keyword filters or the keyword options. So for example, if I come here and I only show ideas closely related to my search terms, okay, put that on, save, and now after that's loaded, you can come down here and you can see there's a lot fewer searches because I just narrowed my search to just words that are closely related to this. Okay? And so these results are much more targeted. A lot of them have fewer searches per month, but they're very targeted. So I might want to consider doing that. Okay, but for now, I'm going to take this back off. And you can play around with some of these other keyword options as well. Okay, and then one thing I forgot to mention, that this icon here shows you how each keyword does on a monthly basis. Okay, and it's quite varied. All right, so that's what that column is. Competition, high, medium, high, low. This kind of gives you an idea of how many other companies are bidding on this keyword or in Google AdWords. So it gives you an idea of how important that keyword is. So if you try to optimize for plumber, 1,900 searches, it's got high competition. You can also see that Google is suggesting that the bid is really high. That's going to be real, a bit tougher to optimize for than, say, San Diego heat, which is not a relevant keyword for us anyway. So, but plumbers in San Diego is a little bit easier. It's more expensive actually, but it looks like the competition is medium. Standard plumbing, ideal plumbing, San Diego. I think those are company names. Water leak detector, that's high. Okay, and the suggested bid, this is for Google AdWords. Google is suggesting an amount that you might have to bid per click for this keyword. And that also gives you an idea of how competitive it is because the higher the per click amount, the higher the bid, the more competitive that keyword is. And chances are there's a lot of companies out there optimizing for that keyword. All right, so now, once we have our keywords selected, the ones that we like, we're going to come over here, we're going to download this plan. Okay, so I'm going to load to an Excel CSV file, hit download, and then I'm going to save file. Okay, you can see right there that it's saved. And then this is what Google is going to give us. Okay, now what I do with this spreadsheet is I use it as I build more and more keywords, and I might customize this spreadsheet to the way that helps me the most in my marketing. So for example, I might get rid of some of these columns here. Ad group I don't really need, keyword I need, keyword match type I don't need, currency I don't need, these I don't need, average monthly searches I need, none of these I need. So I'm going to delete these columns. All right, delete these rows. And all I'm doing here is I'm just customizing my spreadsheet a little bit more. All right, just to make it easier for me to really dig through this data and find out which keywords are the best for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to also sort the data. According to average monthly searches. Oops, I sorted it the wrong way. I always do that. How about largest to smallest? There we go. So now I've got my keywords. Okay, so all my keywords listed here. I've got the number of searches per month here. And then this gives me, these two columns both give me some information as to how difficult that might be to start optimizing for those terms. All right, so this spreadsheet is just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to delete this after I'm finished recording this video. But normally this would have probably hundreds of different keywords, and then I would categorize them into different marketing groups. You know, master plumber, standard plumbing, maybe different group than my water heater group, and so forth. Okay? That's essentially Google's keyword planner. Now remember, we want to use this tool to find the search phrases that consumers use to find a business like ours. And we're going to use those words and those phrases in our marketing, in our content, and on our website. Effective use of these keywords will dramatically improve how well your website ranks for the most important search terms. And again, if you want to know precisely where and how to use these terms and phrases, download the free booklet, the top 10 search ranking factors. The link is in the comments section just underneath this video. Thank you for watching, and feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions.